They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Coastal Carolina's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Right, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Chanticleers moving quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Wilson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. The Chanticleers are moving quickly down the field. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. He's moving out of the pocket. And the defense is there to stop him short of the 1st down. And the Chanticleers will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long.
It's a fumble. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Well, the bad news on that play is they did not get the 1st down. The good news, though, luckily, the fumble went out of bounds, so they maintained possession because that could have been disastrous for the offense.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air, it's St. Clair. With the catch, it's Hudson. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. Finds a crease at the 20. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle, it's Graham. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. And the Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Lewis. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. Looking for the goal line. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Touchdown, Buckeyes! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Wilson to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it though.
The shot that clears will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Lewis. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Might be calling a hot route. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught, close to the marker, it's Hudson. Touchdown, Ohio State! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. On the ground with the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is. If you're
breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option, creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs.
There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. Past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wilson will throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks. They keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on first down.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And the Chanticleers will punt it away on 4th down. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. Calls his own number. He has the first and still on his feet. Turning it on! And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
After the run, now to throw. The quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Punts it out of the air. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Defenses at some point are going to have to figure out how to slow this guy down because he already has 3 receiving touchdowns. We're only 4 games into the season. Nobody has an answer for this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. To the air, it's Fitzpatrick. Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
He's got it, and more than enough for a 1st down. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The shot that clears are on the move. Here we go. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Cobb. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. And they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
just keeps swinging it. It's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. And the shot that clears will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball because it is a long way to the end zone. Running to Green, just steamrolling the defense. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try.
Oh, he's got some space. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The Buckeyes trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. LSU is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Death Valley for some time. They're up by 25 over Miami. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Snags it down the right side. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Makes the catch. It's O'Neal. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Working well behind the sticks on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The shot that clears line up to punt it away. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got them backed up. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Finds just enough daylight to work its way up to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Fires left. It's caught. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off.